Are you white?
I am.
Are you Jewish?
I am not Jewish.
But you're
I've
white.
been told I'm Jewish.
And so are you a Nazi?
I am not a Nazi.
And what made you not? Why is it that you're not a Nazi? You're white and you live well, and you're doing well, you live in Beverly Hills.
I love black people.
Why is it that you're not? You don't love black people?
I do love black people. I love them,
You
and I
hate
love
black
you.
people.
I love black
No.
people. Why would I hate black people?
Because you recommend the worst for them instead of the good.
Jesse Lee Peterson trolls woke Vosch to the point he malfunctions in this interview as Jesse Lee Peterson forces Vosch into a conversation about black and white supremacy that has Vosch sounding super cringe, declaring his love for black people as Jesse Lee Peterson completely trolls him in this uncomfortable moment. So let's get in.
Do you hate black conservatives?
I hate conservatives. Do I hate black conservatives?
How about black ones?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I do love all people, but I hate black conservatives and white conservatives.
And why do you hate black conservatives?
I hate all conservatives, but black conservatives, because they have the gall of being conservative while having experienced more apropos than any other group in this country what it means to be under the heel of a white supremacist state. It seems to me they're the ones who should have the greatest interest in voting against it.
Do you believe that America has always been a white supremacist state?
Since day one.
How is it that when I was growing up, under the Jim Crow laws, on the plantation, that black people did better than they are today? They had families, they got married, abortion was unheard of, they bought land, they built businesses, they became professionals, they went to college, those that wanted to go, and they did very, very well. If America is a Nazi country, why were blacks able to do better then than they are today?
Because white folk got more clever. Yeah, back in the day, way they discriminated against blacks, all on the books. Black people can't use this school, this water fountain. Nowadays, they're much more clever. Drug war, systemic deregulation of certain industries, stripping funds from ghettos. That way, you keep the blacks in line, but you do it without a single racist law in the books. And things have gotten worse, you're right.
What is wrong with black people that they allow themselves, because they were not like that prior to, after the civil rights movement. What is wrong with black people that they allow themselves to be kept in a certain place or used in that way today?
I don't think there's anything
because
wrong
they
with
did
them.
not allow that prior to the civil rights movement. What's wrong with them, the men and women in the black families and black community, that they allow that to happen to them today?
That's kind of like asking what a wife did to deserve getting beaten by her husband, don't you think? I don't think they did anything wrong. I think they were the victims of an abusive system.
But what is wrong with them that they can't overcome circumstances as everyone else are doing?
I mean,
what is
because
wrong
they're
with
targeted
the
against
blacks?
them.
What is wrong with them that they can't overcome the target against them?
It's because conservatives in government hate black people. So they very specifically target black people when they're looking for ways to discriminate
hate black
against
people?
minorities. I love black people.
How are you able to do so well and they're not?
Well, for one, I was born to upper middle class parents. I was born in Beverly Hills. I went to an incredibly good school district. I was able to get funding from my parents to help me with my education. I had contacts.
Why
with my
not recommend that for them instead of
I don't know if I can recommend they get born to upper middle class parents, but
you can't recommend that they, because most of the children, 70% of black babies born out of wedlock. Is that good for black people?
Oh no, not at all.
Does it hurt them?
Oh yeah.
In what way?
Oh, I mean, it's huge. If you're a single mother raising a kid, statistically more likely for them to commit one crime, for them to be locked up in jail, lower household income. Absolutely,
so
it's a huge
why
problem.
not recommend that they overcome that? Stop doing that.
I do, and I by the way, I vote for systemic changes that'll make it more likely for them to stop doing
What
that.
is a man?
I think a man is someone who identifies as one.
And what is love?
Do I want to go edgelord on that? I think that love is an evolved, socialized form of a chemical we experience that drives us to breed.
What is a Nazi?
I would say that a Nazi is somebody who believes in white supremacy, who believes that an international cabal of Jewish people are using immigration from the third world to propagate sort of the destruction of the white race.
Are you white?
I am.
Are you Jewish?
I am not Jewish.
But you're
I've
white.
been told I'm Jewish.
And so are you a Nazi?
I am not a Nazi.
And what made you not? Why is it that you're not a Nazi? You're white and you live well, and you're doing well, you live in Beverly Hills.
I love black people.
Why is it that you're not? You don't love black people?
I do love black people. I love them,
You
and I
hate
love
black
you.
people.
I love black
No.
people. Why would I hate black people?
Because you recommend the worst for them instead of the good.
But we agree.
But let me
We
ask
should
you, why
encourage
is
them.
it that you're not a Nazi?
Well, I grew up with parents who were pretty liberal, so maybe if I'd grown up with Nazi parents, I could have been a Nazi. Also, I grew up in a very Jewish neighborhood.
And tell me again, what is a
Nazi way.
Nazi?
I would say a white supremacist who believes that the Jewish people are orchestrating a conspiracy to destroy white people.
And what is a white supremacist?
Somebody who believes either that white people are superior than other races, or that they should orchestrate some kind of society that prioritizes white people as like an in-group preference kind
So
of thing.
Louis Farrakhan believed that blacks are superior to whites.
Yeah, I hate that guy.
And that he wanted a state with just blacks only. And there are other black people who feel that way too. Are they black supremacists?
Oh yeah, no, I don't like those people at all.
They're no different than a white person who think that way?
They're pretty much in the same ballpark, yeah.
There are Mexicans who feel that way too, about that they are better than any other race.
I've never met a Mexican supremacist.
But there are Mexicans who think they're better than whites and blacks. Are they Mexican supremacists?
I admit, I've never met them. They probably do exist though. Yeah, they'd be Mexican supremacists. I
And
hate
so
those
not
guys too.
this idea of men and women who are in the fallen state believe that they're better than the other person. So anyone who feels that way is a supremacist, right?
No, it has to be a categorical racial thing. Like for instance, someone
Why
who's
does it have to be a categorical racist thing?
well, there are
racial
some
thing?
people, like for example, my girlfriend in the audience probably likes me more than you just because I live with her, right? But she doesn't believe that I was endowed at birth because I'm white with
I
a
bet
higher
she believes
intellectual
she's better
capacity.
than you.
Maybe.
That's
Ugh, the soy energy coming off of Vosch is just gross, especially with that man bun. For crying out loud, man, like, dude, like, get rid of that thing. And Jesse Lee Peterson is mocking Vosch to his face, and it's like, really, like, your girlfriend thinks you're better than you, and he's just snapping at it, like, you know, cracking it, like, just going along with it, like, bro, just the beta energy is ridiculous. And it's funny because this guy acts like he loves black people, like, he keeps saying it over and over again. Like, that's not something that you say, like, to prove that you're not, but the fact that you're saying it is kind of the problem to begin with. You know, like, I date a black woman, my best friend's black, I'm a white guy, right? If I all of a sudden started telling them I love black people, they would look at me weird. They would start looking at me really weird if all of a sudden I started walking around saying that, oh no, I love black people. I love, well, why do you keep trying to, like, having to prove yourself? Like, this just sounds very, very weird. Like, you're so defensive over them, but at the same time, you also overlook that blacks have predominantly lived under Democrats for a very long time, and all the results and consequences that they have, they're therefore a result of Democratic policies. So I don't really know why you would hate the Republicans, you know, the side that was not the Confederacy, you know, the one that was actually meant to get, like, help in slavery. Like, that's the part that people like him, these woke nut jobs, always seem to overlook in the history books. But folks, let me know in the comments if you think this woke Vosh is a beta cuck, and hit that like button if you're enjoying the video. Let's get back in.
supremacist?
No, because it's not a racial sort of construct that she's expressing that supremacy for.
So it have to
I think
be,
I'm taller than
what do you
her.
mean by it has to be a racial thing? It mean that any race that feel that they are superior to another race?
Yeah, I don't like it when
So
people
Louis
feel...
Farrakhan and Jeremiah Wright Jr. and all those people who hate the Jews and hate the whites, are they black supremacists?
Yeah, they're basically black Nazis. I mean, they've gone right around the other side. But
And are
yeah.
they black supremacists?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't like those people.
I'm sorry?
I don't like those people at all because I love black people and I think that they harm black people.
That they harm black people?
Yeah.
In what way?
I think that a lot of people, when they want to think of radical black activism, I want to think of stuff like Black Lives Matter or institutional reform to the prison system. But when they do their reform, Louis Farrakhan, what have you, they make people think that black radical reformists are like crazy black supremacist, like Wakandaites. And that's not what I'm here for. That's
Do
not
black
progress.
people have the right to complain about white people, what they have done and what they are doing? Do they have the right to complain about white people?
Yeah, free country.
So black people have the right to complain about whites, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what gives them the right to complain about whites?
I mean, I think, you know, freedom of speech. I think they have every right in the world to complain or express their grievances in a way that doesn't harm other people, you know.
And so are they black supremacists for complaining about white people?
Nah, I mean, hey, I complain about women all the time, but I'm not sexist against women.
I bet you're not.
Eh?
Amazing.
Amazing.
And so black people have the right to complain about white people. Do they have the right to hate white people?
I don't like it. No, I don't like hating racial groups. Even if you're like super, I wouldn't support like Jews hating Egyptian people back in the Prince of Egypt days either. I just don't like.
So do black people have the right to hate white people?
They have the right. I don't like it. They have the legal right to. I don't like it.
So black people have the right to hate white people?
Legally, yes. Freedom of speech.
And are they black supremacists for hating and complaining about white people?
I think you can hate somebody without thinking you're better than them. I don't know if I'd call them black supremacists for that.
So are black people black supremacists for hating and complaining about white people?
No, only if they think they're better than white people, like
so,
racially.
And they do think that. So are black people black supremacists for hating, complaining, and thinking that they're better than white people?
If they think they're better than white people, yes, absolutely, they're black supremacists.
Okay.
Yes.
And do they have the right to knock out white people?
Like.
Remember the knockout game when
Like
they were walking up to black people, knocking them out?
I heard a lot of.
Them.
I heard
do
a lot
they
of,
have a right to do that?
I heard a lot of scared white folk calling about them
Do
knockout
they have a
gangs
right
on Fox News.
Do they have a right to do that?
You know, that's assault. I'm going to go ahead and say no. Probably
And
not.
are they black supremacists for doing that?
Probably at least a few of them.
You say yes?
Yeah, probably at least a few of them. I don't know if all of them are, but yeah, I'd say a few of them probably.
Okay.
If this even happens. I know Fox News complained about
No,
it
it
when I
does
was
happen.
like a kid.
And so you saying yes, they are black supremacists for knocking out white people, for hating them, for complaining about them, right?
Yeah.
They are black supremacists, right?
I think any time a black person says anything mean about a white person, they're a black supremacist and basically a black Nazi.
And when they physically attack white people, they are black supremacists, right?
Absolutely.
So why is it that white people don't have the right to do the same about the Jews? When white people complain about the Jews, are they?
They can be a white supremacist and hate the Jews.
So when white people complain about whether they're right or wrong, just like the black, are they white supremacists for disagreeing and complaining about the Jews?
Really depends on how they do it. I'll
Are
tell you
they
this.
white supremacists for complaining, disagreeing, and complaining about the Jews? Are they white supremacists?
No.
I'm sorry?
That was a mixed answer. I grew up with a lot of...
Yeah, folks, just do what Jesse Lee Peterson does and ask some of these liberal woke nut jobs enough questions and eventually they just start to break down under the pressure of trying to form a linear line of logic. I mean, he says, he's all for black people and all this, but he hates black conservatives. Like, he hates conservatives. Conservatives are a third of the country. So this guy is all lovey-dovey and loves black people, but he hates the ones that are conservative. Like, what sense does that make to hate a third of the country? I mean, he loves all the black people, just not those that have, I don't know, like a different opinion, like a mind of their own. Like, that certainly doesn't make sense. And then, yeah, like, if you have to keep on constantly saying, oh, I love black people, like, bro, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Like, did you hear the way that he was saying it? Like, going out of his way to uncomfortably keep on like, believe me, please believe me. Yes, I love black people. Like, yeah, stop asking me the question. Or like, basically, like, just stop trying to justify. You look guilty when you do that because you don't have a good reason to go out of your way to do it. That's not a normal thing normal people do. And then Vaush says he believes in freedom of speech, but if a black person says anything bad about a white person, he's a black Nazi? Like, anything bad? Like, he's got a bad haircut? Does that make him a black Nazi? Like he's not really, he doesn't have a good flow to like any of his thoughts here. Like, he's just trying to answer what Jesse Lee Peterson is throwing at him. And in the end, like, yeah, he finally starts breaking down. But I love these interviews because Jesse Lee Peterson always finds plenty of ways to make these nut jobs feel plenty uncomfortable. But folks, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you thought about what Jesse Lee Peterson had to say trolling woke Vosch in this interview. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.